We just put 3 past your record transfer fee. We just put 3 past your record transfer fee. We just put 3 past your record transfer fee. One day after it happened, because I had to go to work straight after the game, but I don't care because it finished West Ham United 3, Arsenal 1 at the London Stadium, and West Ham advances to the Carabao Cup quarter-finals. Where was this performance on Sunday? Why couldn't West Ham play like this in the last couple of games is what I don't get. Play with flow, style and intent. Because that's what won it for us. We've learnt a lot of things about this game. We've learnt a lot of things about this team from this win. And honestly, the changes we made were strong, and we were going up against an Arsenal reserve side, in a way. Arsenal was piss poor. It didn't even score its goal until the 90 plus 6th minute. And even then, it was just a bit of a lucky one and a little bit of a sour one that West Ham didn't keep the clean sheet. But, hey, what really impressed me about this is the fact that West Ham was actually clinical and killed the game off with 3-0. Not just a 1-0 and then sit back and try and scrape the 1-0 win, because had we done that, we'd be going to penalties because it would have finished 1-1. Instead, we got it done. Killed it off impressively in that second half. Starting lineup, I'm going to talk about that first as usual. Many positives. Ings and Antonio were no way near the team. They didn't deserve to be. Bowen and Kudus starting. Maybe they were interchanging. Mavropanos starting in defence. Wonderful things you like to see. Mavropanos has to start games from now on. He's doing enough to show why he should be starting, and this game was another example. Fabianski was in goal, and Souček back in the starting lineup. Early on, I had some worries about Paquetá. Was he playing like a false 9 role? Just didn't see it. Just didn't see it really happening. German James Charles, a.k.a. Kai Havertz, forced Lucas Fabianski into a decent save. It was tipped over the bar. Benrahma showed a little bit of promise in that first half to trap back, and he had to deal with Reece Nelson a lot. The defence could have done a little bit better to deal with Nelson, but Benrahma was sitting back a little bit. Still a little bit better than what he has been the last 2 weeks, I've got to say, but not a fully well-oiled machine yet. Mavropanos. That is one of the signings of the summer for us, if he gets regular game time, because he's just incredibly good. Fast-paced defender with an attacking style of play, and someone who just doesn't hoof it up the field. Stays composed on the ball, gets gritty at the last minute. He made a tackle at the last minute to deny an Arsenal player. Excellent game from Mavropanos. He was my man of the match, personally. When 1-0 came to West Ham, it was kind of a weird one. Backstreet Boy defender Ben White kind of deliberately heads it forward into his own net. And you kind of knew it was going in when it touched his head. I was like, what are you doing, mate? You just cost your team a goal there. When Declan Rice went to warm up, there were a few applauses and a few boos. Ty from Arsenal Fan TV doesn't get why West Ham fans booed Declan Rice. Personally, I didn't boo him, but I didn't applaud him. I just moved on from it. I felt we were getting a little bit edgy in the first half, though. There were some rash tackles at times. Havertz was dropping an absolute shocker as per usual. He couldn't make it happen. He never does. But again, Dinos is exceptionally good to watch. Calm and flexible in defence. The only one criticism I had at half time was that we defended a little bit too deep and it allowed the pressure too much. We needed to just be a little bit more out there. I've got an itchy nose in case you can't tell. I might end up having a sneezing fit at some point. Start of the second half, West Ham with another good chance. Paquetá laid it off to Bowen following a good run. Ramsdale had to touch it and it went just wide. Had he not touched that, it would have literally gone in. And then on the 51st minute, Naif Agad has done this before, by the way. Plays that super long ball into the box. Kudus, one touch to control. Second touch to steady it. And then when the second touch, curls it left-footed past Ramsdale. What a finish by him. This guy is going to need to start in the future. He already did against Everton, and that gives me some hope, but Kudus now has to start. Arsenal then made the subs. Jorginho and Zinchenko off, and on came Rice and Tomiyasu. We're in 3 minutes of Declan coming on. It's 3-0. And Bowen witnessed Ramsdale do a Roberto 2019 punch against Burnley, where the ball's cleared out to Bowen, he fires it, Ramsdale punches it, and it goes in off him into the net. And it's 3-0 to West Ham. Am I in dreamland at this point? I don't even know. Famous win on the cards though, right? Saka and Martinelli were then thrown on for Trossard and Nelson. My brother's an Arsenal fan if I haven't mentioned it before. And he's saying we're playing our reserves and this is West Ham's strongest team. Mate, it's not. It wasn't really our strongest team. It was our strongest team on the day, but that's not our regular starters, to be honest. Such a fluid attack by West Ham, and I loved it. So much better without Antonio there. There's more movement. That's what I like. Moving. Moyes likes his players to move. Mikel even said that on a freaking podcast. Moyes likes his players to move. So that's what Kudus and Bowen and Paqueta do. That needs to be our attacking three going forward from now on. Because it worked so well in this game. And Nketiah came off because he dropped an absolute shocker. Again. Shock. And on came Odegaard. Benrahma off for James Ward-Prowse. It was his 29th birthday yesterday. It's happy birthday to him. And Kudos off for Kura late on. Arsenal nicked one back for Odegaard, nothing special. West Ham advanced into the quarterfinals, where they're going to be playing Liverpool away 5 days before Christmas. We can't have nice things at this football club, can we? God's sake. All that effort just to go and draw Liverpool, though. Piss off.